And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Setting the pace early, G.A. I like this aggressive mind state. I love this approach so far.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Morant and Brooks manning the backcourt. Anderson is out there with Jackson, and it's Rea in at the 5 spot. Here's Morant. And that one is stuffed right through.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, DeMarcus Cousins suffered an Achilles injury, and it was a major setback for him, but it was also an eye-opener. Cousins said, any given day could be your last day playing, and all the celebrity, all the fame ends. My love for the game has grown, but at the same time, I want to be more than just a basketball player. Kevin, challenges can put anything into perspective.
Thank you, D.A. Yes, when it comes to offensive rebounding, who does the best job of creating second chance opportunities now?
Oh, it's 2 names, Andre Drummond and Steven Adams. And the toughest part about it is, as a defender, you don't only have to worry about guarding your man, going over and helping, but then you have to worry about guys that are just hanging out in the rebound painted area, just waiting for their turn. And so it takes the wind out of you, it tires you out, but also your mental focus that game is all over the place because no matter what you're doing, you always have to come back to the thought, oh no, now box out because this guy's a beast on the boards.
Pass to Jackson. Lets it go from deep. And that one is off. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Grizzlies.
And they dropped the season series to these guys a year ago. Not their proudest moment.
Here's Morant. Can't connect from short range. And so Cousins will bring it up for the Lakers. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
Yeah, in that one, they just locked it down defensively, challenged shots, and really protected the rim.
Well, they certainly made their presence felt on defense. They were active and rejected a number of shots.
Timeout. And Jackson is a terrific passer at that forward position. Fantastic at setting the table for his guys.
And the Lakers call time here.
And this kid, Ja Morant, came out of nowhere, under-recruited in high school, showed some promise in that first year of college, but boy, did he blow up.
And Los Angeles with some changes. Davis is checked in for Cousins. James comes in for Anthony. And Kyle Kuzma's subbed in for Green. Jay Crowder's checked in for Memphis. Iguodala comes in for Josh Jackson. The shot's good from McGee. McGee's got 6 points.
I mean, it took him a long time to get into the flow of the game, but the points are starting to come for him now.
And Morant really impacts the game in every area.
It's incredible, Kevin. He gives you the points, the assists, the rebounds. But then you look at the box score, and you also see a block, a couple steals. And I like that he shoots a high percentage at the line.
Here's James down low, the 11-footer. Here's Davis. McGee trying to break free. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
Those defenders just looked a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Rondo. Here's Iguodala. The rebound by the Lakers. Davis has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
And reportedly, LeBron James spends over $1 million a year just on training and maintaining his body.
Well, money well spent. I mean, for his age, the most minutes played in NBA history, he's doing everything possible to extend his prime.
And the first one at the line is good. Jonas Valanciunas, he's checked in for Clark. And both free throws good for LeBron.
the Grizzlies are going back to the grit and grind style of last season, the slowest pace in the league. They wanted to make the game ugly and uncomfortable for opposing teams.
Here's Crowder. Great D that time from Davis. Lakers leading by 4. Here's McGee. He goes up again, and it's Davis laying it in. Davis has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
From 11 feet away, McGee with the block.
Oh, this is McGee's role. He's out here to defend and to stifle shooters whenever he can.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And Chris, the Grizzlies taking the pace out of the game. Taking teams in the, quote, mud, as they put it.
Yeah, Kevin, their style was built on hard-nosed, disruptive defense. I mean, last season, dead last in scoring. To win, they had to make it a rock fight.
And we've seen him do that before. Batter a defense by just exploding to the basket.
The Grizzlies trail by 4. Pass to Morant. McGee with the block. And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. And that one's good by Davis. Davis has got 8 points.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter. And if they're thinking they can get a 2-for-1 here.
You just have to manage the clock correctly. You know, sometimes it's easier said than done if you also want to get a good look.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Dwight Howard's checked in for the Lakers. Then for the Grizzlies, Rabs checked in for Jackson. And Brooks subbed in for Andre Iguodala. Just 5 to shoot. 3-pointer, Crowder. Rebounded by Howard. Lakers leading by 6.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to give the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
Crowder, the pass to Valanciunas. Rab kicks to Morant. From deep. And no good on the last second attempt this time.
And the aggressive attitude of Davis on D makes him such a tough matchup. He's not going to give his man an inch of breathing room, and that was the difference on that possession.
And the first half is now in the books. Lakers ahead. They lead by 6. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Carmelo, what was the area of emphasis for your team during the first half?
Well, we're doing it on both ends of the court. We're bucking down on the defensive end. We're sharing the ball offensively, making good plays, you know, cherishing every possession counts, and we're doing that the first half.
I know you want to keep it going in the second half. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. A competitive matchup for the Lakers in the first quarter. Nothing seemed to give way on either side of the scoring column as they wrapped up the period all knotted up. They really touched on the right formula in the second quarter as they were able to pull out to a 6-point lead before the halftime break. And let's get your thoughts, Kenny, on the Lakers.
Well, they showed a lot of discipline on offense. Called some high percentage plays. Even when the defense devised different looks, they always seem to have the answer. That's good coaching.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
I really like how they limited turnovers. You know, they didn't play it too safe. They made some really nice passes. When you can play like this and cut back turnovers, it can add up to over 10, 8, 12, 15, 16 easy points, Ernie. I don't know how many points. A lot of easy points. They'll be in good shape if they can keep making the same smart plays.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what you're seeing from Ja Morant.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
Yeah, slicing through the gaps in the defense. I mean, getting many of his buckets in the paint.
Green and LeBron at the 2 and the 3. Up front, it's Kuzma and Davis. And it's Rondo in at the 1. That's who's in the game for the Lakers. Lakers shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And some great moments for Rajon Rondo. Helped Boston to a title back in 2008. And as we know, he's a 4-time All-Star.
Yeah, one of the most honorary, toughest, and smartest players in the league. He devours films. I mean, he makes his son watch film. You see that his 4-year-old son is watching film with him. What's going on, man? But he's made it clear, once his playing days are done, he wants to be an NBA coach.
With the teardrop, Brooks misses.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
All-around player. Kuzma is very solid at finding his guys in their spots.
The Grizzlies trail by 8. It's stolen by Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Oh, yeah, bang, bang. An impressive sequence that has them fired up.
Now here's Morant. D right on him. Brooks from outside. They get it back.
It's still early, but a 1-for-4 start to the half, that's a bad sign if you ask me. If they've got a can't-miss play, now's the time to break the glass and pull it out. He does all the little things. I mean, he does the big things. I mean, he's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Morant dishes to Jackson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Davis.
Well, his father played in the NBA. He grew up in Indiana. His father was a teammate of mine, Jaren Jackson, over at the Wizards. He took on Jordan, and those guys didn't do too well. Oh, and let me get back to it anyway. But for Jaren Jackson Jr., you could say the game was in his blood and in it.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Cousins is checked in. The Grizzlies also making a change. Jackson's checked in. Chris and Jaren Sr., a 3-point marksman, made sure his son worked on his perimeter shooting from a young age.
Oh, yeah, shout out to Jaren Sr. And even as some of Junior's coaches wanted him to focus on his inside game, Dad knew better. He said, sooner or later, son, you're going to need that outside shot. And boy, was he right.
To the middle. Here's Valanciunas. Hits the jump hook. Valanciunas has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
The closer Valanciunas gets, the more dangerous he is, which is why he looks to score from there.
Outside Rondo. Kicks it out to LeBron from deep. And Valanciunas pulls it down. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Well, James is just a sensational shot blocker. You better check your rear view mirror when you're drawing to the hole.
And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. That one's not going to go.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. Just trying to force something is rarely a good idea.
Here's Morant. The shot off that time. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Here's Rondo. And the rejection by Jackson. The shot by Rondo is no good.
He's lucky his teammates have picked up the slack for him. I mean, his shooting has been horrific.
Brooks misses. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Lakers. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
The Grizzlies trail by 15. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Morant. The Grizzlies with another miss.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
Chris, you have been passionate about honoring those who blazed the trail for today's NBA, like the Globetrotters and the Wrens, in the days before integration.
Yeah. I mean, you think about what they've gone through off the court and on the court, and anyone, regardless of color, nationality, of just paving the way for me as a basketball player, I want to say thank you. Let's just think about what Red Auerbach did. Drafting the first African-American player, making the first African-American player coach in Bill Russell, who won the championship that year, and leaving him a good team. And if you look at organizations like the Black Fives who bring an awareness to the games, and you just want to understand your legacy culturally, and that's why I have to, every time I see Mr. Bill Russell, Big O, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I give them a big hug and a wet kiss on the cheek, because I just thank them for not only advancing the movement in sports, but culturally. Sports has always sent a message to the culture and society about how cool teammates work together and how you can overcome a problem by working together. And so I really thank them for enduring all of the hardships that they did so that we can reap the benefits. So it's been awesome to be part of the league and be able to shake hands with those that have blazed trails for us.
That is so admirable on your part. The Grizzlies trail by 14, 3-on-3, and then Clark slams it in.
Well, this is the attitude Anderson brings, a selfless player who loves giving it up to his open guys.
Rondo finds Green. Back to Rondo. Anthony against Anderson. Shot's good by Anthony.
And that's right where they wanted to go with the ball, in rhythm.
Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Morant passes to Clark. Anderson in the post. Cousins is there. Crowder. And the rejection by Cousins.
Using great defensive instincts. Cousins will swat anyone's shot away. He's relentless.
And the Grizzlies shooting an ugly 27% since halftime. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. Cousins heading to the hoop. And then Cousins with the dunk.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And how about then not settling? I mean, instead of being lazy with the shot selection, they go right to the rim.
Now here's Morant. He's covered by Rondo. The Grizzlies with another miss.
If his performance this quarter is any indication, I don't think he's the one who's gonna let them out of the hole.
And here we go. Morant with a wide open look. Knocks down the three ball. Morant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
So good at making plays in the open floor, whether Morant's running the break or finishing.
And so it's Los Angeles. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've excelled in the open court. Their transition game has allowed them to build this healthy lead. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it into the film session tomorrow.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. The Grizzlies trail by 13 on the court for Memphis to start the fourth. They've got Rab, Iguodala out there with Morant. Then there's Anderson, and it's Crowder in at the 4. And it's Morant missing.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And for the Grizzlies, their shooting struggles apparent. 37% from the field. Iguodala kicks to Morant. Here's Rabb. He dishes it to Crowder. And Crowder slams it in.
Oh, really astonishing slam by Crowder, all because of how he sprints toward the cup.
Here's Howard. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Iguodala outside. The feed to Crowder. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead. Crowder's got 4 this quarter.
Way to work the inside-out game. Draws the defense in and kicks it out for the open shot.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Morant with it. Passes it to Rabb. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on JaVale McGee. And the 6'10 big man Ivan Rabb.